fine.
We're live, baby.
We are so live. Yes, we are so live. We are so live. Yes. You're watching LASC TV. Now imagine trying to say that without your teeth coming out. How are you doing? Oh, look, she's so cute. She's trying to bend. If I did that, I couldn't get back up. It's called sciatica. Sciatica. I think I lost my backbone. What's going on now is that I've kind of lost my desire to have grandchildren. And you can't be that way. You have to like always want to have grandkids. But I took care of a 3.5-year-old for 4 days when I was in Patterson, dodging bullets at nighttime, looking at the greenery in the daytime. It's really ironic. It's just crazy. Have you ever heard of Patterson? No. Just stay away from it. And you can't even say home of Lou Costello because they're like, who's that? And you're like, you know the movie Lean on Me? They're like, when was that? Did you ever see Lean on Me? It's a high school show. No. It's about Joe Clark, the guy that got the baseball bat. It's funny because Jersey people are like, you got to have a baseball bat. Because it's legal. I won't go to jail if I go after somebody with a baseball bat. So let me just say, we had a great show. Thank you, Anya. Round of applause for Anya coming through. I got Tyler on the phone. He's coming with his audio guy on Monday. So that's really great. So that helps out tremendously. And the owner had back surgery, and that's terrible. So I got to see if her husband, who's the owner, so I got to see if they need any help. Because what I have to do is make sure I'm able to get this gentleman on stage, and he can't pass his 21. So I'm trying to smooth out everything. Because it's time for you to see what an audience is like, and when they heckle you, like, you know, when your dad was talking about all those things that he wanted me to teach you, you're going to learn by yourself, believe me when I tell you. But you do need to know that when you engage with a heckler, you're giving up your stage time. I had a gentleman who gave 3 minutes to the heckler. Oh, he was funny back and forth. But then he goes, well, let me do my act. And it's a 5-minute act. He's already done, it was just a mess. It was just one of those things. And then, Mark, what's the other advice when you have a prop? My husband's never laughed at anything, okay? But we had one guy who had a prop, and it was a parrot, and his name was Squawker, and it was battery operated. Except Squawker couldn't shut up and wouldn't shut off from the battery operated thing, and it kept talking, going, what? And it was recording, and anyway, it knocked the microphone off onto the ground. And when you're in a club, you have to be so careful of everything on that stage. And I'm just telling you in advance because you're going to be with adults who do stupid things. They'll do stupid things. They'll see a guitar, they'll pick it up and start drumming it. It's not for them to do, drumming it. No, strumming it. I'm sorry, I can't get, my father was a guitar teacher. You think I would know? No, because he left. That's the kind of stuff you do when you're from a divorced family. You just start bringing up all that stuff. I'm always giving him hints how to get more and more and more. When you're from a divorced family, you can get so much more. And then and just say, I'm depressed. That's it. And they just giving it to you left and right. Oh, my God. I remember I had a girlfriend. I hope she's not watching. But I remember when I was young, I was like, she's going to be divorced. And she is, like 3 times. Another one, I've been to 4 weddings. My other friend's been married 5 times. She believes in relationships. I don't get it. But at least they didn't kill anyone. And that's what's good when people don't kill their husbands. Because let me tell you something. When you're going through a divorce, you do think about those things. You're like, how could I do this without them knowing it? Because now they changed it all. So you used to be able to give them antifreeze. And they would never know because it was tasteless. And then after I was doing that joke for 20 years, my husband said, you know, I think that they changed the ingredients in antifreeze because of your act. Because it was. So many people dropping dead. They have no idea why. Antifreeze. So don't do that if you want to kill them. I'm thinking like if you spill water on a Z-Pack maybe, that could do it. I don't know why I'm doing this. It's just I've been watching a lot of Alfred Hitchcock because he's amazing. He's amazing. You know who Alfred Hitchcock is? Well, they have a course at UCLA that I'm not taking that I should be. But, I mean, it makes the 50s look like hooahs. I mean, they're just screwing everybody. This one lady, she's screwing the insurance salesman, and she's on her 3rd husband, and he's in on the insurance. I mean, just like, white people kill their husbands. Like, it's a daily, and get away with it. But, you know who was on an Alfred Hitchcock episode? Scatman Crothers. Is that his name? From The Shining? Oh, my God. And you know what they have him doing? A little kid puts a silver dollar in his belt pocket, and it falls. And it's just a scene with two black guys. And the one black guy goes to Scatman. He goes, man, you didn't have to do that. And the guy goes, come on, he ain't going to miss no dollar. And I was like, wow, they're making us like criminals. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is supposed to be taking place on a train. And the conductor, and oh my God, she was screwing everybody. And I don't know how this is all happening. Because where I come from, the only way they screw you is like if you don't pay up on time when you borrow money. That's called loan sharkers. You don't want those people. So I'm not very good with politics or what's going on in the world. I do know that I am in the Jewish Journal, so I just want to make that announcement. Again, if anybody picks it up, it's free. And I'm there. Me, Deborah Messing, and the whole gang. And I look like I can't breathe. I know I told you this last week, but somebody just sent it to me. How many copies? 3 copies. That was nice. Yeah. But look, when I was in the Inquirer, my sister was like, I didn't have enough money on me to buy all the copies. And I was like, you can't do that anymore. There's something called the internet. Everything's going to be shown. She's like, you're going to be so unhappy. They put you in a fat picture. And I'm not fat. I'm 9 months pregnant. But out of all the pictures, that's the one they chose. And it has another picture of Sunda and her daughters. And one's not even mine. She's Persian. But they don't know. My cousin said, who's that little Mexican girl? I was like, they're not Mexican. They're Persian. She was like, ain't no Persian. Don't you know your history? That's Iran. I was like, well, maybe I'm wrong. Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, give it up for Aaron, who's running the board tonight. Thank you, Aaron, the director of the Film Actors Cafe. Clap, clap, clap. And for our political purposes, our pundit this evening, we're going to start with his art. You know him as America's sweetheart. You have to get up.
That's disappointing.
Okay. Hey, but what about in the morning? Hello there.
No problem.
Hey, no problem.
You know, everybody expects me to get up here and rant and rave, but it's more fun to like segue onto Sunda's stories and fill in the gaps, because she seems to not tell the whole story. So talking about the 3.5-year-old, here we are. We're back in New York with Satan and Lucifer both.
Those are my kids.
Right, and Lucifer, the younger, that's my story. Anyhow, Lucifer wants to go back to England. All right, and I say, you better go see your Aunt Lois. Go see your aunts. Little did we know we get a call from the hospital. Basically, Lois is in the hospital, so we get everybody up there to the hospital. Everybody's doing this, and that's when I realized. I hope they are watching how truly insane they all are. All right, this is one of those families that always shock you. It's a black family, totally racist. Not against white people. They don't like black people. I mean, they're horrible. You got to hear the things that come out of their mouths. It's fascinating. I have to sit there like this. Because Lord knows I have spent 30 years of marriage not saying a fucking word. And for me, that is an amazing, amazing feat. All right? But there was one aunt more evil than the next, and Sunda loved them all. So here we are down to the last 2 aunts, right? All right, and cousins that we will discuss later, uppity educated. Anyhow, don't get mad. Anyhow, here we are. And I always thought this aunt was out of her mind. In fact, I knew she was out of her mind. She was a child stealer. She was worse than the woman who baked them into gingerbread cookies, because she stole my brother-in-law from his Miami, brainwashed him into being a poof, even though he wasn't one, you know. But he wanted Jason to be autistic and everything. But then she did the cardinal sin in any family. She got him addicted to McDonald's. No, she did. It was a McDonald's addiction. Every time my brother-in-law would come over for Thanksgiving, I go, what do you mean you stopped at the car? You stopped at McDonald's. He'd run around the corner to Third Avenue. There was a McDonald's there. Next thing you know, scarfing down 2 Big Macs, coming and waiting to eat his turkey. But he had to do it in time to watch the game, so nobody was, wise to what was going on. And here's my mother-in-law. She had just come into the house with, I don't know how to describe these bins of macaroni and cheese and greens, all right? But they're in bins. And who's going to eat 5 sweet potato pies and 5, what's the other one they make for Thanksgiving? Pumpkin pies. It's just, who are you feeding? Nobody's coming. My mother was worse, but with my mother, she would cook Thanksgiving a year ahead of time. We would get to my mother's house, and you look at her freezer, because Lord knows she lived in an apartment, had to have an extra freezer. Look at her freezer. I said, Mom, what's that? She goes, Rosh Hashanah. I said, it's 10 months from now. I'm prepared. She was crazy too. Nothing like warming up frozen food, even though it's homemade. Anyhow, so the 3.5-year-old is Rue. Rue is a niece of sorts. She's actually a cousin, all right? So this cousin, Fanny, had Monique, and Lois stole Monique. She took Monique because Monique was one of like 4 of my little cousins. They call me Uncle Mark. So Monique's living with Lois. The other kids are living in the projects. There's Monique being spoiled in the apartment building. Nice luxury apartment building. I've never seen anything destroyed so quickly. Used to be beautiful. Had dressing rooms, had 2 swimming pools, for God's sakes. And the daycare center. It was really cool. God knows what they did to it. They could just never get it going. Anyhow, I refuse to go to Lois's house. Why? Because I'm allergic to dust mites, and mold. Lois's house was one of those places where you would walk in and you'd look over to the left as you walk in and there was an evil dog. But a dog was this big, didn't need 3 or 4 bags of dog food this big. Lois was a hoarder, world class. Lois had 3 storage bins. 3, count them. Never paid the rent on any of them. All right? I don't know how she managed it. She never did that. The house, there would be clothing hanging up all over the place. So, listen, my kids know what they're at. Aviva was promised a fur coat. So all she wanted to do is get the bins down in front of the closet, which they hid the fur coat. I am mentioning no names. But all I know is this little 3.5-year-old, first time I meet her. Here we are, we're at the hospital visiting Lois, the day before she dies, by the way, because this was quick. All right? We're here visiting Lois, and we go the wrong way in Hackensack, New Jersey, and only Sunda gets bit by a dog. We're walking down the street the wrong way. I'm limping because of my knee, and this friggin' dog rubs up and goes, ah! Didn't bite me, but bit her. And the woman goes, well, she never did that before. I said, well, how about your driver's license? She runs off. It was like a drive-by biting. All right? So we have to call an Uber, and I think the Uber driver was afraid to come to this part of Hackensack. So we finally get to her aunt's apartment. I walk in there. My 2 daughters are exhausted. This 3.5-year-old has driven them to tears. She's running around making them ride on their backs, going that she wants to play spider. God knows what she invented. This kid's brilliant, though. Very bright. Thank God we got her out of that situation because now she can go to school with other kids. Doesn't know how to play with other kids. She's busy playing with these 2 20-odd-year-olds, right? And there's the aunt, beautiful apartment. She's sitting in the one place that her daughter's allowed her to have mess. Because the one thing about my wife's family is they thrive in mess. You know the stories about how pack rats, or what are the ones that like to steal things? Magpies bring everything back to their nest? These are female human magpies. Whatever they see they want glitters, and they have to buy 5. They don't know how to buy it unless it's in bulk. They support Costco. All by themselves. People like this support Costco. They can't help but hoard. How many staplers do you need to steal from your school? You steal 1 stapler, okay, maybe 2, you give it to the kids. You don't steal a case of staplers. This is the type of teacher you walk into their house, and what do you see? Erasers. What do you need the erasers for? What are you going to do with them? And not only that, rumor had it, right before my mother-in-law died, Sunda's mother, walk into her house, and I said, Mom, what are those goddamn plastic plants there for? Well, I'm going to do a project. I said, project? She has stage 4 cancer. She ain't doing no projects. Lord knows, after she died, Lois raided her house, and she has the plastic plants in her apartment. These things have managed to make their way around Paterson, New Jersey, like a bad cold. It's fascinating. Anyhow, to get to the point, not that I really have a point, other than to debunk my wife's version of the story. The child, by the way, is fascinating. But as they start cleaning out the apartment, which took a lot of people and a lot of work, she started having more room to play because she was dancing around the boxes. And my first impression of Lois's house happened to have been her wedding. God knows how she made a wedding in that apartment. All right. The funny thing is I meet the cousins for the first time. And I'm standing next to Reuben and his wife Debbie, which is Sunda's first cousin, and they just gotten back from Kenya. Kenya, in Africa, where they were running Planned Parenthood. So I turned around to them and I said, by the way, I had a classmate from law school there. did you know so-and-so? They go, how did you know him? I said, because we went to law school together. He was a major in the Army, and I go, he was CIA, and Ruben gets all excited. Oh my God, we found a spy! Yeah, he was military. You knew he was CIA, but he was there in Kenya. His cover was Planned Parenthood. What do you think? We really want to give people abortions? No, we want to have place CIA agents to work. What do you think? USAID is to give anything away? No, it's to feed the Democratic Party and have a place for the CIA to work. That's it. That's all it's about. It's like Iran today. Okay, I get it. All right? I see everybody's point. But the one thing everybody forgets is that Iran at one time did have a democratically elected government. And that was the Mohammad Mossadegh in the 50s. Kermit Roosevelt, not FDR, the son of Teddy Roosevelt, one of the arch colonialists, jingoists of all time, he helped throw Mossadegh out and bring the Shah back. So then they had all those years, everybody was doing well economically in Iran, but the Shah was semi-oppressive, He was a little bigger. He never, not as big as that. So they go ahead and when I'm in law school, they throw out the Shah. He comes here for medical treatment. Next thing you know, this bearded lunatic is coming off a plane in Tehran saying, we are now the revolutionary government of Iran, and takes over the embassy. Lord knows America's lucky to have the best president ever, Jimmy Carter. Like, oh my God, like Jimmy's going to do anything? He couldn't even run a helicopter raid without fucking up. All right? And then it was just fascinating, everything that went on. But the point is, what are we going to do now? I don't mind bombing the shit out of them, They shouldn't have nuclear weapons. But, I'd be nervous who's going to take over. You don't always know what you're going to get, You don't always know what you're going to get. And so back to this, and I'll end with Christmas. Here we are, it's Christmas. It's my first Christmas being taken to the Empress and to see the decorations. So you walk, this was years ago. Because I'm fascinated by her deaf and we're talking about her aunt. So I get to the aunt's apartment, same aunt as the hoarder. And this is the first time I really get a good look after the wedding as to what the apartment looks like. And I walk in there, and the first thing I see is her husband's golf clubs. And then you try to get into her room, and you got to go through, aisles made of boxes. But what's worse is she has the whole place decorated with Christmas decorations. There is no way there's not a single inch of space not covered by a Christmas decoration, a tree, and a railroad, and a train. And then she filtered out to the hallway, and I said to her around the center, I said, your aunt's a hoarder. She goes, no. I said, and she's crazy. And she said, no. Then I realized they're all out of their minds. And I go to a family reunion, and one of the cousins said, He said, the only one who was ever good was that Eva. The rest of them all evil. So he was claiming there was a strain of blood in some of his family called the Weavers that produce evil women. And finally, I realize it's true. Right? They're all Weavers. You know how I realize it? Because my daughters are them. And on that note, they are Satan and Lucifer.
Oh, you got her.
I love them dearly, but I'm pretty sure that they're out night clubbing right now with my car.
Okay, well, you know what? At least you said them.
Who's them?
And you got it politically correct.
Yeah, them.
You got that politically correct, so. You don't know?
He used he, she today.
He, she?
Yeah, you're she.
Oh, they were she's today.
He was a she today.
She was a she today. Okay, well, you know something? There's somebody else here who has a daughter. And at first, when I walked in, I said, this girl's just too young for Aaron, and I mind my own business. Drop dead gorgeous, and I'm just like, he's banging this model? And I find out when I heard daddy, I said, oh my, because I'm like, now I'm thinking, he's a sugar daddy. You know what I'm saying? On top of it all, like, hello, what kind of coach is this? But she's wonderful, and she told me the truth. If you think that my dad's going to protect you where you are, forget about it. And we love her. And I'm going to bring to the stage the director of the Film Actors Cafe, the one and only, Aaron McIntyre. Let him hear you. Can you cover the board?
Hey, everybody, how's it going out there? Y'all doing good? Good. I was playing a prospector early today. It was quite a lot of fun into a short film called Cowboys and Witches. Sounds like a lot of fun. Let's see here. My name is Aaron McIntyre. Let me see here. I got some new shit I'm gonna try tonight. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to go through like all of the things that you're probably noticing. You're seeing it right here on the stage. I'm bald. I'm white. I'm a little overweight. Did lose 40 pounds, so I got a little. There's a little thing here I'm trying to get rid of. Yeah, I know. Well, I'm LA now. I'm wearing the shirt now. Feeling good. So all of that, and then and I finished prematurely. And if you don't know what that means, if you kind of trying to put it together, it means like if a room needs to be cleaned, I actually can clean it before I get into the room. So that's what that means. And a lot of times people will ask me to go in and clean it again, and I can do that. I can clean it many times after that. I think it's weird that we talk about, what is this? We talk about an attraction to somebody else. We see somebody, we're like, oh man, she's hot, man, I'd like to get with her. Oh yeah, we talk about the attraction, but we never talk about what happens after the attraction actually happens, right? Because that would be just too much. And if you can meet someone you could actually talk to, that's great. But the other thing that we do, that's fucking amazing. That's all I got to say. And I do get confused a lot of times by vernacular. The way people talk to each other, right? Like when people say things like, have a good one. I'm like, is that have a good day? Is that have a good year, a good week, a good month? It's really not very clear what they mean by have a good one. So, and I got to say, to all those people who have ever wished me, a good one, whether that be a good day, a good year, a good month, good week, don't tell me what to do. I mean, seriously, don't tell, if I want to have a miserable day, I'll have one. And I'm very good at that. very, very good at having those days. I had one yesterday. I had a plumbing problem. Oh, God. Yeah, that's hell. Yes. The other one is like when you go into a store and they say, feel free to look around. Like, I don't need your permission. I came in here. You had a sign out front. You got stuff. I'm going to look around whether you tell me I can or not. And then the last one, well, there's a couple, will that be all? It's like, no, what do you think? I come up here one thing at a time? No, this is it, just get on with it. And then the last one is, can I help you? Yeah, when people come up and say, can I help you? I just say, nobody can help me! And then I run out of the store. So when I come back, nobody asks me, can I help you anymore? They don't go there. Let's see what else. Somebody was talking. I think Mark was talking about the Waymos the other day. I'm so used to the Ubers, and I used to drive for Uber and Lyft for a little while because it was so easy. I'd go home, turn on the TV, sit back on my bed, turn it on, wait for somebody to need a ride, and I'd jump in my car and make a little money. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I like to drive. But I like to talk, too. But I came up with a system. Like when people get in the car, I say, hey, how you doing tonight? And if they go, good, then I might ask a follow-up question, depending on how that good comes out. I might say, so where are you going tonight? And if they go, the store, or something like that, then I won't talk. I'll just like, okay, this person doesn't want to talk. But I got into a Waymo the other day, and I said, how you doing? And I didn't hear anything. So I said, how long you been driving tonight? I didn't hear a fucking thing, So I'm like, what is going on here? I don't understand. There's nobody up there. And I look around, there's nobody driving the goddamn car. So Mark was talking about the Johnny Cab. I think that is definitely the way to go. I think that they could have drone pilots, just guys at workstations with little microphones, and they could just sit there and talk to the people if they wanted to talk to somebody and, take care of that conversation thing, because I think that's good. And I think that would also work for our problem that we have, with DEI and getting people who are, there's a jingling, people who are, DEI and they're only getting, hired because they're black or they're brown or they're gay or they're whatever. I think that we should just do it that everybody who has a job that they need to have filled, they just have a little, one of those little screens that would come in, and you could pick your avatar. You could just, as an applicant, you could pick your avatar, and you could say, let's see here, this is for nuclear science. I think I'll be Asian today. And they could just put a little Asian thing up there, and then we could have like they've got those things that can change your voice to make it sound like somebody else. We could have that, and then you just go in and do the interview, and they wouldn't be able to see who you are, and they would hire you on your merits, not by what you look like, right? Unless they want an Asian, and won't they be surprised when Miss Thing walks in and goes, "Hey, everybody! Who wants to go to the bathroom with me?" That was supposed to be a trans person coming into it, Who wants to go to the bathroom? So ridiculous. I do have to say that there probably are a lot of guys who would dress up like a woman to go into a woman's bathroom, just to go, just to go someplace they're not supposed to go, oh yeah, today I saw that Kristi Noem. The Joker. I don't know if you've ever seen her face, but she looks like the Joker. She looks like she fell into a vat of acid. Yeah, I know. It's not very nice, is it? But you know what? She's not very nice, because you know what she said? She took a picture of AOC and said, "Oh, she's getting a little fat. She's put on like 50 pounds. Well, first of all, I would definitely, no matter if she weighed 450 pounds, I would definitely take AOC over Kristi Noem, because I don't know, that face would scare the hell out of me if I were with her. Let's see here. I'm mentally ill. I've talked about that before. Certified. Anybody else certified? Certified person, people in there? Oh, okay, I'm alone. All right. Well, hey, you got to support us, okay? Because, don't worry, I'm medicated. I'm not going to explode. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I had some more stuff with that, but let's see here. Medicated. I am certified, and, oh, crap. Oh, I got the light, ladies and gentlemen. That means 2 minutes. I'm going to see. Let's see here. 2 minutes. All right, 39. I'm trying to learn how to count down, because obviously I don't know how to count 2 minutes in my head. So what I'm going to have you guys do is I want you to count. Okay. Let's see here. I got minute and 30. So everybody start counting while I do the rest of my act. No, that's all right. You don't have to do that. I'm going to take this last bit of time to talk about the Trump derangement syndrome that's going around. It's going around, and apparently I have it. But I don't base my derangement on the news or the media's coverage or anything like that. I just base it on tapes of Trump talking. If you just put all those together, that's not the person I want. And I think that the derangement goes the other way, because, a good businessman, six bankruptcies, and couldn't handle a casino and Trump steaks, Trump University, Trump wine, Trump vodka, Trump all of that shit. Nothing worked. So, yeah, I would say he's pretty darn good at screwing up a business. And looks like that's the direction we're going. So we got some classes going on here every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. And great acting classes come in. You could try it out. It's a drop-in. You pay $65 if you're just coming to the one class. But if you pay for 4 or more, you get a break, and it's $50 a class. Just show up. See if you like it. If you don't like it, that's fine, but I think you will. We also got the Right Club that happens on Sundays. We're going to start a whole new series of those. Last time we had Lori Kilmartin and Chris Titus and John Doerr, all these great comedians who come in and give a little hour Q&A, and then we do an hour of going up and doing our set, and then getting a little bit of feedback. It's a great class. So a lot of good things. We do podcasts. We can do remote podcasts as well now, so we can go to your house if you're homebound or you just like your decor better than here, and we'll come and do a podcast for you. So check us out, LA School of Comedy and filmactorscafe.com. And now I'm going to bring up Sunda Kronquist, who's going to bring up our how many we got? We got like 25. Thank you very much.
Scare them. Yeah. Scare them out there in TV land.
Yeah.
It is Trump derangement. I've never heard people that are not political just start talking now about politics. My girlfriend called me and said, do you understand what's going to happen? You are under martial law. You're not going to be able to go out to eat after 9 o'clock. I said, you can't go anywhere to eat after 9 o'clock now. We're in California. Martial law. Well, I got to tell you something. I don't know about him being a businessman, a good businessman, but I have to tell you, he certainly is definitely entertaining. Because nobody could do a comb over like that. Nobody could do a comb over like that. Nobody. And if you look at his pictures when he was a kid, like you got a full head of hair, he looks like he has a full head of hair. He has a comb over. He has a comb over at West Point because he was a bad kid, so he had to go to West Point. Unlike the person I'm bringing up. Are you going to practice the Type 5? Are you going to practice your Type 5? Okay. All right. So then he's going to light you at 3. So you know you have 2. So, of course, you haven't had a chance to see our shows that we've done, but that's what Aaron was talking about, because this whole thing blew up from the last show, because when you go over time, comics remember. They just don't forget. And then he made the wrong remark because you don't even know the comic he was talking about. You're too young. I love it. You guys are so young. My husband's watching somebody else. All right, so let's keep it going. Hey, can I get a round of applause? Is everybody alive? Do we have a pulse? Or do I have to go home and watch Alfred Hitchcock? I can't help it. He just is a dirty old man. All right, I'm going to bring up somebody that's a fresh face in comedy, and I mean hella new fresh. Let's give it up for the comedy of the one and only Julio. Let him hear you.
Yeah.
Give him one name. Share.
How's everybody doing? Doing good, I hope? Good. Yeah. So my name's Julio Lemos. I'm 14 years old, and I go to Catholic school. And whatever you're thinking, you're right. I don't know what you're thinking, but you're right. No, but most people tend to think, oh, when you go to Catholic school, there's obviously a priest. And in my school, there is a priest. He's called Father Paul. And this man, he's always having Mass. Wherever we go, he's always having Mass. He's having Mass in the cafeteria, in the schoolyard, in the biology classroom, in the broom closet alone with Jonathan. He's always having Mass. He's always having Mass. But in my Catholic school, we have to wear uniforms, right? Like the boys, we have to wear, a polo shirt and some khakis and sometimes a cardigan or a hoodie. And the girls, they wear skirts and, they try to be bad girls and all that stuff. So they hike up their skirts sometime, which I'm not complaining. But another thing they do is they're also allowed to wear khaki pants. So let's say one girl is medium size, right? What she'll do is she'll get an extra small. Right? There's nothing left to the imagination. I can see it completely. Yeah, and I'm not complaining, but it's funny. It's very funny, in my opinion, when because in the morning it looks great, but then towards the middle of the day, towards lunch, there's no more blood circulation, so now they're hobbling around like the penguin from Batman. Frickin', like every time they have to go down the stairs, they have to hop. I'm like, Christina, just hike up your skirt like a public school girl would, okay? Just do that. Just do that, okay? It's simpler for everybody involved, But in Catholic, I do have crushes and all that stuff, like as a child does, as a teenager does. And there's this one girl named Paige, right? And she seems nice, but I don't talk to her. I'm not in any friends group with her, and I don't have any classes with her. So it's just nothing will ever happen. So what do? I just stare like this. What do you mean? What do you mean, principal's office? What do you mean harassment? What do you mean Father Paul needs me in the broom closet? I mean, it's nothing's gonna happen. But I come from a broken home, which means I'm a child of divorce. And everyone says, oh, being a child of divorce must be so tough, so hard, so difficult. And to me, it's not difficult at all. I rather enjoy it, actually, because no matter what, I always get what I want, you know? Like, let's say I go to my mom, right? And I go up to her and I say, hey, Mom, can you buy me this action figure? And she's like, you're 14, I'm not buying you an action figure. You're not a child, you don't need it, I'm not buying it for you, right? So I'm all sad. So I go to my dad. I'm like, hey, Dad, can you buy me an action figure? And he goes, what'd your mother say? And I go, no. So then he goes, well, I'm going to buy you all 12 of the entire action series. All 12. With inflation, that's $40 each. It's sad. It's sad what happened. Hasbro, you have torn my heart. But like, let's say, and sometimes I take it up a notch. Like, I go, hey, Mom, can you buy me, that one adult Batman comic book where the Joker beats to death Robin with a crowbar? The one that's rated R, and they had to like do a couple bans for comic books and all that stuff. I'm not buying you that at all. That's insane. That's stupid. I'm not buying you that. So I go to my dad. I'm like, hey, Dad, can you buy me the comic book that basically banned comic books? And then he goes, what'd your mother say? I go, no. And then he goes, well, I'm going to buy you the entire deluxe edition, okay? I'm buying you, like, those thick ones that cost $50? I'm buying you that one. And, one of these days I'm going to go up to my mom. I'm going to be like, hey, Mom, can you get me a Corona? She's going to be, no, because you're underage. That's illegal. One of these days I'm going to go up to my dad. I'm like, hey, Dad, can I get a Corona? He's going to be, obviously, what'd your mother say? I'm going to be like, no. Well, you're a man, so I'm going to buy you a Heineken, okay? Because that's what men drink. Men drink Heineken. That's a rule. That's actual rule, But it's very nice being a child of divorce. All right. I'm going to leave you on this note. At this point in time, most comics would tell you their social media, like Instagram or TikTok, but I'm a child, so I have none of that. So if you want to find me at the LA School of Comedy. All right, have a good night.
Beautiful. That was great. Oh my God, did he even take a breath? But it was funny, right? Now we all know who Father Paul is from the broom closet. Yeah. See, and when I went to a broom closet, I was thinking that's my mother-in-law's new car. Escoba. How do you say it? ¿Cómo se dice? Escoba? It's a joke I did for a show called Noches con Platanito. Have you ever heard of it? It's with a clown. I'm petrified of clowns. They book me, but they don't tell me that nobody speaks English at all. Which is okay, porque yo entiendo más que hablarlo, tú sabes. But, it's like Spanglish, the shit I speak. You know what I mean? It's like Spanglish Italian. And I was on there, and I was doing La Bamba. I had to do something to La Bamba. And it was a room this size, and it looked so huge. They had a camera up here, Anya, and they had, like, bleachers of people. And the way they cut back and forth, you're like, wow, there's so many people. It was just, like, right here. It was just, like, right here. And so they have something called The Voice. So I had to compete with this white guy who was singing a Britney Spears song. And I was thinking, why are you lip-syncing Britney? But it's none of my business. He was an Abercrombie Fitch model. But I did La Bamba, I did a guy, so that was okay. I don't know why I'm bringing that up, except that I always get jamón and jabón wrong. Do you speak Spanish? I'm in Spain complaining, because, black people, we want our soap, you know what I'm saying? And my washcloth, okay? And I'm like, excuse me, pero no hay jamón en el cuarto de baño. And the guy is like, nunca hay jamón en el cuarto de baño. I said, nunca, porque es sucio, all right? Because you're fucking dirty. That's why you don't have it. And he's like, no, porque jamón es para comer. So you eat jamón and you wash your hands with jabón. That's an honest mistake, right? But they got a lisp when you're in Spain. You have to con la zeta, the funda. So my name is Funda. Parece funda, pero no estoy en la funda. It's okay. My crown's I have a tooth flipping, but that's okay. Everybody flipped out for this guy. And tonight will be no exception. Always fantastic, the one, the only, Anya.
All right. Good job. Good stuff. What's good people? How goes it? Happy Friday.
Hey.
Yes, sir. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I see you working, man. Great stuff. Happy post Juneteenth. That was yesterday for the people that didn't know. Celebrate. Shout out to everybody, freeing slaves and whatnot. I'm just talking about doing a show where it's completely in Spanish. That's interesting. You say you didn't know until you got there? Like,
Yeah, but they just thought I would.
damn. I feel like that would never happen to me. That would never happen to me. But if it did, I'm prepared now. I'm prepared. Mentally, when you said that, I was like, damn, what if that happened to me? What would I do? Only thing I would have for them is, and it's funny because it's something I don't do in English. I do impressions, which is crazy because people are like, oh, yeah, you do impressions? I swear I do, all my life. But I only do one impression, and it's very specific. All right. This is the impression of me being offered drugs in like a Spanish TV show where everyone speaks Spanish. All right, we gonna get there. Hold on, scene. All right. So this is the person offering me drugs. Y'all don't see him, but act with me. No. That's my line. There you go, guys. That's it. Thank you. I'm a Rio. You feel me? Just yelling out colors. Rojo. Shout out to my Spanish speakers. You feel me? Cinco de Mayo pass. If y'all didn't know, that means 5th of May. And that's the end of my Spanish. I really only focused on the numbers and colors. I feel like after that, I didn't know what else I needed to learn. I'm like, if you ordering food, it's a number. And if you don't know how to say the number, it's probably the numbers of colors. So that's all you need in LA to pass for Spanglish. I don't even know what I want to talk about, y'all. This has been a week, man. I've been working a lot, y'all. I was working for Juneteenth, and people were like, oh my God, you was working for Juneteenth? Like, that's terrible because, like, that's literally a holiday for when slaves are free. Like, at least the black people should be resting that day because now it's a holiday for everybody if you didn't know. So white people are still resting on that day, which I don't think is fair, but hey, I don't make the rules. But I worked quite a bit. I did a lot. I was actually working till like 9 p.m. I started at like 9 a.m. When we were doing like a barbecue event. And for my work, like I just wear a lot of hats there, so I had to do a lot. And people are like, damn, you was working on Juneteenth, bro. Like, weren't you offended? Not really, because I'm an immigrant. So technically, I can't really partake for real. You feel me? So like, this is my due diligence. Like, I'm doing this for them. Like, I feel like I'm doing work so other real, black people from America do not have to work. So I had to, as an immigrant, y'all know it's on record. I put my time in for y'all. You feel me? I care about the community. It's deep, but it's real. Me and the homies always talk about how when I make it big, I'm going to switch up on them. Because I be telling them now, and everyone's laughing. And I'm like, watch me really do this shit, though. That's when y'all going to know. Because I already said money's going to change me. Y'all already know I've been said that. But, like, I've had the same number since 4th grade. If I hit 7 digits in my bank account, I'm for sure changing that number. Like, I feel like y'all shouldn't have the same access y'all had to me before. Like, I feel like you have to pay for that number now. Like, every call is collect. Like, that's where I want to get in life, where I'm charging people just to talk on the phone with me. These are goals and dreams that I have for myself. Even my friends, even just checking in, seeing how I am, collect call. I want some money for that. Because I'm giving you information now. This is a scoop. You feel me? TMZ could use this. I'm a celebrity now. It's different for me. It's not just regular information. Like me, now that I'm, TFD and all that, dealing with my temporarily financially disability. While I'm dealing with this, you feel me? Like me letting y'all know what's going on with me, like, that's almost a call for help. Like, of course you can know about that. Like, you need to be concerned. How much do I have in my account? Do I have negative digits? We don't know. You need to know this to know my mental health. But when I'm up for real, that's my business, bro. Don't ask me how I am. I dream. Shit, what's going on in life, y'all? I don't even know we might be going into war, I guess. And I seen some like Republican was talking about something, and I don't talk politics, but I be tapped in just in case some bombs start flying. I want the drop. You feel me? Because I feel like we getting close. So I at least want to know it's coming, so I don't go to work or something like a dummy. You feel me? Like I'm gonna be mad as hell because I only got windows at work, so I won't even know till it's too late. Like the shit go like everything start breaking. Like fuck. I was making a PowerPoint. Nigga, I could have been out spending the last of my monies. Like fuck. So that's why I got to be tapped into politics now, because shit getting kind of serious. And some Republican was like, oh, you Democrats, you're so scared. You're so this, that, and the other. You're so worried. We're not even putting boots on the ground. This is just strictly missile warfare. And I said, excuse me, sir. Last I checked, missiles, when they go up, have to land somewhere. And so although the boots may not be on the ground, nigga, I am on the ground. I would like to know, like, why are we so not, like, they could send them shits anywhere. Like, I don't know. Like, I've never been in a situation where I trust the American government to protect me, so I'm going to be scared if they talking about missiles. Nigga, I've never seen that stop a missile coming here. So where is the confidence coming from? I don't know. Niggas like, you don't know the American military. You don't either, young man. You sell drugs. What are you talking about? That's good. Yo, this shit's stressful, yo. Like, why they gotta go to war now? Like, why y'all do that shit when I was, like, old and dead already? Like, y'all niggas wanna fight right now? Like, I'm living my life. I'm about to start paying rent and shit. Like, bro, why are we doing this now? Like, imagine you pay rent the same day as missiles fall on your... I'm hot. I'm reporting the transaction if the bank is still open. I don't know. This is a terrible time. Like, why they gotta do all this shit while I'm an adult? And I'm so mad. And now we're about to get real political. I'm so mad because when I turn on the news, the niggas making these decisions are all 3-4 times my age, bro. Why is he deciding what we finna do? He barely got a week left. Like, these people are on borrowed time. I think, I pitched this earlier. I think old people should be in charge of old people. And anyone under the age of 50 should be able to run for president. I see, as soon as you pass 50, I don't want you running for president no more. Because now it's up for you. You need to be making decisions for old people. The shit that directly affects people 55 and up. I'm sorry. I feel like my president, it's kind of messed up. My president needs to be able to run a mile in under 5 minutes. Am I wildin'? Maybe. But see, I feel like a lot of times, fuck it, just give me a lap in under 5 minutes. I feel like Trump couldn't do that. Like, I feel like all these presidents that we've had, like Obama was the last one. Like, Obama was so dope for the black community, and I think the young people in general, because we would see our president doing real young people shit. A president hooping with actual people that can still hoop in real life, like currently, with no cane, like he's hooping. Like Obama doing a layup made news headlines, and people don't know why. It's because if Obama played any other president in history, his record would be 50 whatever and old. Like he and I'm talking about before they even had president, because he was 40 something. I'm talking about even before the oldest leaders. They always pick the oldest niggas. But I'm saying, like, anyone running one-on-one, I'm taking Obama. Please pick a president. Y'all know y'all presidents. Name me a president that could beat Obama one-on-one right now. Exactly. Y'all don't know, bro. I want an athletic president. I feel like that would help us in these meetings, bro. We meeting with these other people from these other countries, and our president got a gut. I don't like that, bro. Because what are you doing? I understand me getting a gut. I work a real job. I don't have time to go to the gym all the time. But you have hella time. My nigga, you on the golf course, get in the gym. Sorry, y'all. We might be going to war, man. This is kind of sad. If you're not tapped in, this is hella annoying. Cause like, bro, chill out. Smoke some weed. Y'all can talk about this shit. Why y'all gotta run a fade? Why would they run a one-on-one? Why am I involved? I don't make, like, what? And I know I aged out of the draft, most likely, hopefully. But for my young individuals, like, why should we send him to war soon? Because y'all mad. Box him one-on-one, whoever fall, lose, and y'all could discuss paperwork later. Damn, keep us out of it, nigga. All right. I'm Kanye West. It's on YEWST. I'm off this damn stage. I'm out of
here. You know what, Anya? Do you know who works out every single day like a lunatic? Putin.
That's why you respect the way they do.
Jumps in ice baths, crazy. I watched some exercise regimen. I was like, he's on something. No, really, he doesn't. I mean, wait a minute. All I know is that Trump said something about you have a regimen. No, man, he run into McDonald's. That nigga is addicted. And McDonald's killed my brother. He is addicted to McDonald's. He is. That's what I'm worried about. Because the other ones, he's young. The little white boy's young. The one, his mother, he's always trying to find out if she's getting high. She's like, I'm straight now. What's his name? J.D. Vance. Right. Oh my God, he's got an Indian wife. Can you imagine all the curry he has to eat on his chitlins? You guys don't know where chitlins are, but that's okay. I was told once I'm not black if I don't eat chitlins. Oh yeah, and it was my boyfriend's mother. Yeah, and I mean that kind of black people, like the first black Yankee. This is the wife, and she tells me, I'm from Tennessee. And I said to myself, oh boy, I can deal with cornbread. I like it. I can do black eyed peas. I wrote the book Kosher Soul Food, but I don't want chitlins. And the first time I smelled them, I said to my girlfriend, oh my God, a mouse died in here. I go, I know. And I said, I know a dead mouse. You know a dead mouse. You're like, there's a mouse in here. And the flies are coming in. And she said, that's my mother's making dinner. I said, what is she making? She said, chitlins. I can't do that. And so they put it on my plate. I didn't do that. I can't do that. Oh my God, I just lost my chance of getting on BET again. BET, why won't you book me? What do you mean I'm not black enough? I changed my hair. And you know what they told me at the club? By your friend, Anya, the guy says to me, God, I haven't seen hair like that since Barbra Streisand. I said, this is supposed to make me look ethnic, but the other way. Speaking of the other way, this is the only way. It's a great time, and I know a lot of people have called me and they're concerned about the riots. We don't have any riots out here. There's ways to come here through the alley. I'm not going to tell you because that's my quick way of getting here and making my husband practically have a heart attack. And then you can see all the BMWs and all the Teslas and all the Persians sleeping in the alley. Sleeping. Cologne smell coming out, hookah, amazing. But they take a girl out, they pull up, and it works. I don't know. All right. So that's about it for now. Remember, if you want to watch a special, you got some time, please watch me on Prime Video. It's called Sunda Kronquist, Live from Hollywood, and I'm working on my next one called Sunda Kronquist, Barely Alive from Patterson. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Aaron. Good luck to you on your classes. Don't forget the Right Club, and don't forget LASC for all your comedy needs. Is it soup yet?